So today we're going to cover a mystery known as the Alaskan Triangle. No quotes. It doesn't speak because it's obtuse.
Oh! Excellent joke, Becky. Jimmy didn't think of that. We're taking credit. Sorry.
This is Becky.
Don't be cute. And this is Jen.
And this is Too Close to Home.
Ooh.
Y'all can go to hell.
We will be there. Don't you worry.
With hand baskets. Skipping, holding hands.
There'll be a mint julep waiting for you on the other side, son.
Our creative director's a little upset with us right now. I stole his joke. I did it in complete satire and sarcasm.
I'm sorry. She's just pulling an Amy Schumer. It's okay.
We love you, Jimmy.
What do the kids do? I don't know. I'm trying to do a gang sign with my hand. Like, there's a different way they do hearts now. It was highly uncomfortable.
It looked like it. It was uncomfortable to watch. So, our last few episodes have been kind of hard to swallow. So we're going to do a fun episode with mystery and intrigue. And I can't wait to hear Jennifer's comments about what she thinks about the Alaskan Triangle because she's never heard of it.
Never. This is new. I mean, we all heard the Bermuda Triangle, and I've always had a logical fear. It's one of the reasons why I've never been on a cruise.
Now you can't go to Alaska either. Oh. Sorry. I'll find out how many other places
I'm actually more hurt about that because I love the cold. I was literally Camilla was getting some work done yesterday at the dentist, and they kept coming in the room like, "Are you sure you're not cold? Do you need a sweater?" I'm like, no. I love it.
This is me in my life.
Oh, let me have it.
I was created for this. All right, so we're going to jump right in. We're going to start with some Alaskan facts to begin with. So Alaska, known as the last frontier, is America's 49th state, and I didn't know this, some of these facts, so see if, me and Jen are all about educating too. Alaska is twice the size of Texas. Oh, yeah, and Texas is pretty fucking big.
Texas is unbelievably big.
It hosts 17 of the U.S.'s 20 highest peaks.
Damn,
also didn't know that. But it makes sense. There's not a lot of, there's mountains in other states, but I mean, not a whole lot, right? Fuck, I don't know.
I mean, whether like snow and ice, I'm sure that adds to the
height.
I'm a scientist. I'll tell you. It's scientifically known. The colder a peak is, the harder it is and taller it is. It's like a nipple.
Dr. Jennifer, thank you.
Mrs. Doctor.
Over half the nation's federally designated wilderness and an estimated 100,000 glaciers. It is also home to a stretch of wilderness where more than 16,000 people have vanished without a trace.
Oh, my God.
16,000. 16,000.
Let me put that in perspective for you. Remix. 16,000. That's a lot of folks.
That's a lot.
I think that's how many people are in the town that we're in.
In Lake City?
No, Dickinson.
Oh, yeah.
Lake City's like chock full.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
You're like, John, I think that number's a little wrong.
Let me get you out what's it called? An alabaster or whatever what's it called?
Abacus.
Abacus. I knew it was something like that. Let me get you an abacus, Jen.
I was about to call it an abracadabra.
And let's go walk the streets and let's do some more counting.
Oh no, I ran out.
I feel like this story's already lost on her. So, the Alaskan Triangle, sometimes called Alaska's Bermuda Triangle, is a place in the untouched lands of the state where mystery unfolds and people go missing at a very high rate. Let me tell you how high rate that is. A rate that is twice that of the national average. Twice that of the national average of missing people happens alone in the Alaskan Triangle. Let your mind wrap around that for a minute.
That makes me think of like the Stephen King's It, and they're talking about statistics like kids go missing twice as much here, people go appear dead twice as much. I'm like, maybe we shouldn't be here, son.
That's what you're gonna learn about.
I always wanted to go on an Alaskan cruise, but you know what? In hindsight, no, thank you.
Well, the good thing is the Alaskan Triangle mainly stretches all over land, so you're free to encompass the water surrounding it.
I don't know, not with those icebergs and shit.
Glaciers.
Oh, glaciers. It's like icebergs. It's gonna be.
I mean, they're practically the same thing.
Titanic Part 2.
No, thank you.
I saw how that ended.
So
she wouldn't even let him on that door.
People over here worrying about Chi-Town, Houston, Philly, but meanwhile, Alaska over here, just people.
They don't even need a gang. They just gonna fuck you up with their trees and shit.
People missing twice as much over there, but nobody talks about it. Nobody's like, watch the mean streets of Alaska. Nobody ever talks about that.
They have Alaska troopers, but it's usually more about people who are drinking.
Yeah. But they just over there, folks going gone.
Straight up missing.
So the Alaskan Triangle connects the state's largest city, Anchorage, in the south, to Juneau in the southeast panhandle, to Barrow, a small town on the state's northern coast. So if you're not sure where those are and how that connects, don't worry. We'll put a picture on socials.
Oh, I was like, these sound familiar, but it's only because I've watched Alaska State Troopers.
But I bet you couldn't draw the triangle if you needed to.
No, fuck no, I can't. I just know that these were little old towns. I'll be like, there's some hot-ass troopers.
My favorite story of all of them is the first story. So in 1950, one of the nation's largest disappearances of military aircraft and personnel occurred in this region. A C-54 Skymaster carrying an 8-man crew and 36 passengers left Anchorage at 1 p.m. on January 26th. The airliner made a routine radio call check-in 2 hours later as it flew over a small town in Yukon. It was the last communication anybody ever received from the flight. They said it literally just went radio silent after that. A search effort was mounted incorporating U.S. and Canadian planes, aided by thousands of volunteers on foot, but nothing was ever found at the C-54. Not one fucking thing. Not a piece of metal, not no smoke.
No black box or nothing?
Nothing.
Aliens.
Nothing. To give you an idea of how big the plane was, it's a DC-4/C-54 Skymaster wingspan, or Skymaster. The wingspan is 117 feet, length is 93 feet, height is 27 feet, and weight was 82,500 pounds. 100 feet is equal to 3 yellow buses or a 10-story building. So that's how the wingspan on this was. I want you to imagine a military cargo jet, cargo plane, how big those are and how they have the big fat underbody. That's what it was. So we're not talking like some little tiny prop plane that can easily go. We're talking a big ass, massive plane.
Thing of machinery.
Yes. And not to mention that it was a military aircraft. And you know, the military are not one to not find where they shit went.
Yeah.
Like,
they like to keep accounting of everything.
Yeah.
They're the ones that make shit disappear. Not the other way around.
So a search effort was mounted incorporating U.S. and Canadian planes, aided by thousands of volunteers on foot. But like I said, nothing was found. After 39 days, 50 civilian planes, 40 military aircraft, dozens of boats, they covered an area of 32,000 square miles, but no trace of the plane, the men, the wreckage, or debris were ever found. They never found a single fucking thing. And they say that if it's snowing, that it could easily get covered in snow and then you would never find it.
But again, summertime.
This wasn't, is there really a summertime in Alaska, Captain?
I don't know. I ain't never been to this year.
I think it's
I can't even imagine, like,
always got snow.
Going up to, like, New York in the wintertime is, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Go in Alaska. Girl, I'd be dead.
But I'm like, they went, so when the plane didn't reach the destination, after 1 hour, they started searching. So
well,
I'm like,
quick. They would have smoked something.
There would, that was my thing. Like, there would have to have been some smoke, even if it got completely covered in snow that quickly, which I doubt it because it was so big. But I don't know shit about
all
snow.
That fuel that's in there.
Yeah,
because they carry a metric shit ton of fuel.
And it was full of cargo and everything. So I'm like,
And that's not a small plane.
no.
It would have left a footprint.
Yep. So they searched through manifest to see if there was anybody who popped out that perhaps was on the plane that was intending to go missing. They went through what was in the cargo to see if there was anything in there that is intentionally missing. You know what I'm saying, kind of thing? Like the military's like, oh, yeah, no, we don't know where it is.
Whoops.
But really,
Nobody
they
looked
do.
for it. Nobody looked for it.
And they eventually released their records when the Freedom of
Information Act.
Yes. Then they had to release the investigation and everything. And according to their investigation, they really didn't find shit. But it's also the military. So, that's kind of a two-sided thing there. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if there was not a military bunker underneath our asses right now.
oh, no, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
These motherfuckers are shifty.
So,
Sorry, government. Please don't come down on me.
In the 39 days that they were searching for this plane, 3 more planes crashed during that 30-day search in the same area. Yeah. 2 were part of the search party. Yeah. Crashed while searching for them. Like, talk about some bad motherfucking luck, right?
Not 1, not 2, but 3 planes.
And the 3rd was a nuclear bomber on a test mission.
First of all, we already have planes going missing in this little area. You want to do some tricky ass shit like that? You know what? Take that route. It's shorter.
Here's the thing. So it was a nuclear bomber on a test mission carrying a nuclear bomb. The bomb was lost and never found. Now that one gets you a little bit more into your conspiracy theories of, did somebody intentionally cause this aircraft to crash in order to steal what was on it? But the military ain't fucking around with that. They gonna find that bomb, and they didn't.
Fun fact, this will be a good one for Jimmy, because there is an inordinate amount of bombs that have gone missing in the United States.
That's scary. Quite scary.
I don't even remember how I found out about that.
Jimmy's Fun Facts. The movie Broken Arrow features the quote, "I don't know what's scarier, losing nuclear weapons or that it happens so often there's an actual term for it." Broken Arrow is an actual term that refers to the loss of a nuclear weapon, and the United States has 6 of these weapons that have never been recovered. The longest missing nuclear weapon is in fact the one we mentioned, which was lost on February 13th, 1950. The other 5 missing weapons are located as follows: 1 somewhere in the Mediterranean Sea, 1 near the Savannah River in Savannah, Georgia, 1 in a field near Goldsboro, North Carolina, 1 near the Ryukyu Island chain of Japan, and the last one southwest of the Azores Islands of Portugal. And that's only the ones we know about.
Oh, it's vibrating my eardrums.
Jesus Christ. People are idiots.
That was such an old lady thing. Like, my eardrums. Fucking people are idiots. Like, literally, I'm surprised we have not talked about the rain we've received in the last week, because we were dry as shit, and we're like, you know what? We needed this.
I'm surprised we haven't either. The pilots that were on this nuclear test mission plane said they were just cruising along. Shit was cool. And then all of a sudden, everything went dead in the plane. Everything. Shut off. And they were like...
That's not a panic at all.
Yeah, they're like, we're shagging ass.
Listen, your train stops, it breaks down. Oh, man, I'm pissed off. My car breaks down. Oh, yeah, I'm pissed off. My plane breaks down.
Exactly. Panic mode.
Shit's coming out the top. Gotta put it on yourself before you put it on other people. You know what they said.
That shit wasn't even working. Everything was dead.
Just dead.
Ooh. And
I would have been dead. I would have been like, I give up right now. I can't.
If I remember correctly, because apparently when I watched the series about this, I just decided not to put any more notes in here. I don't fucking know why. Was a $40 million plane. So, again, in that time, the 50s. That's 40 million in the 50s.
Okay, I need to look that up right now. I need to know what 40 million in the 50s is today.
There's a lot of things that I feel like the military will do to go missing. There's a lot of shit they say, I don't know, but really they do. But I don't feel like they'd fuck around with the $40 million plane.
Oh, absolutely not. Let's see. $4.5 billion.
Yeah. So I don't think they were fucking around and wanted this one to go missing.
4.5.
And I believe that they were probably legit looking for that shit and didn't find it. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So the area began to attract more attention in October of 1972 when a small private plane carrying U.S. House Majority Leader Hale Boggs, Alaska Congressman Nick Bagesh, and aide Russell Brown, and their bush pilot Don Johns. Yes, you heard that right.
I'm Don Johns. Is there anything else to say?
I would feel like I was on the safest flight.
Right?
We're straight. Don Johns is flying us.
Yeah, we're good.
I mean, with a name like that,
like
even if we crash, we'll survive.
Like Harley Davis over here.
Exactly. So their plane seemingly vanished into thin air while flying from Anchorage to Juneau. And again, nothing of the plane was ever found. Now, this was a little private plane, so I could see more, but you got all these important ass people, so you know they did a massive search again. You got a congressman, majority house leader.
Although, like, what if one of those guys were a target and these other motherfuckers happened? Like, that would be my fucking luck.
I know, right?
I would be on the one fucking train somebody who's about to be assassinated.
I knew you were the life of me, Jennifer. I knew you were going to be the life of me.
I told you to quit your gambling.
A 1986 report made to the Federal Aviation Administration from a Japanese cargo flight provides one theory. Japan Airlines Flight 1628 allegedly encountered 3 unidentified aerial phenomenon. You know, some UFO shit. The pilot reportedly thought the craft were military and initially ignored them. Moments later, he realized that the objects were keeping pace and moving erratically around his own jet. Over the next 50 minutes, the strange aircraft shadowed Flight 1628's every move while emitting bursts of blinding lights. The statements made by the crew were verified by civilian and military radar. So they showed up on radar, and the military radar and the civilian radar seen them. And when this was happening, the military actually seen them on the radar first. And the guy that was watching it was like, hey, Bob, whoever the fuck was next to him, and was like, come here and look at this. So Bob comes over and is looking at it, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And so they're like scratching their head, kind of looking at it, because you can see the 3 little dots, and then they just disappeared. And they had it logged in their records and everything from seeing it. So there was legit something fucking there. And whether if it was UFOs or some kind of military spy planes from somewhere else, I don't know. I personally am not an avid believer in aliens, but I think we're stupid to think we're the only living beings in this vast universe that we have.
Mm-hmm.
That's me personally.
And lizard people, okay? Aliens. Those kind of things could be real. There's nothing out of the realm of possibility. It could be something as ridiculous as lizard people, or it could be like that movie Life with Ryan Reynolds, fine ass man, where it's like one single cell organism that ends up like being this huge downfall. Like,
yeah,
anything's possible.
Yeah, and there's phenomenon they talk about, like when you're out at sea and people see mirages of lands and whatnot, that or the Flying Dutchman, the flying ship, that when you look at the water at a certain time of the day, it appears that a ship will reflect up into the sky. So it appears as though it's a flying ship, but really it's a reflection, and it's just caused by changes in the surface and so on and so forth. And they say that about a lot of times.
Illusions is all it is.
Yeah. They say that a lot of times about UFOs people see when they're flying and whatnot, is that they're actually like bounces of light from that plane and so on and so forth. But when it shows up on radar, then it's a little bit more like, there might fucking be something there.
Also,
but I don't want to sound too crazy to y'all.
For them to go like, I have no clue who this is, instead of like blaming anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not going, this was Russia. This was North Korea.
Right.
This was so and so. No. we have no fucking clue what this is.
And it's hard for me to believe that a lot of countries have the intelligence and the sophistication to show up as a quote unquote UFO and not people not know about it or them not have bragged about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Anyway,
It makes me think of that
just my 2 cents.
new was it Keegan Key or whatever? He's coming out with an alien movie, and it's called Nope. I cannot wait to see that shit.
Oh, that sounds funny already. Afterward, more planes went down, more hikers went missing, and Alaska residents and tourists seemed to vanish into thin air. In fact, since 1988, like I said, more than 16,000 people have disappeared in the Alaska Triangle, with the missing person rate at twice the national average. And any given year, 500 to 2,000 people go missing in Alaska, never to be seen again.
And that's fucking Alaska. That's there's not per square
capita.
mile
Yeah.
are very fucking tiny.
Authorities conduct hundreds of rescue missions, most often return without finding a missing person or any evidence at all. Which people I can understand would be a little bit harder to locate because they can easily get covered up in the snow and it's a wrap.
Right.
It's a wrap. We ain't finding shit.
Especially if you're up in a plane looking, because they'd be minuscule.
And then a polar bear is going to come across and get you, and that's it.
Look, it's a popsicle. Daddy, I keep finding new popsicles everywhere.
There are numerous stories of people who have gone missing either without a trace at all or under strange circumstances. So my first person that I'm going to talk about briefly left me scratching my head. Let's see if it leaves you scratching your head, Jen, or if you think just the natural wild elements got him, okay? So his name is Thomas Newsy, and he was a travel nurse. He had went out one night to the convenience store to get some cigarettes and snacks. And then he was never seen again after
He
this.
didn't have any kids, did he?
Not that I'm aware of.
So he didn't go to get cigarettes and just never come back. Sorry, that was very low-hanging fruit for me.
So he's seen on surveillance camera at the store. And then he didn't show. Okay. So they see him on the surveillance camera at the store and he's with a woman. And they're at the store together. And then they leave the store. And that's the last they see of him leaving the store with this woman. So he didn't show up to work. And then a couple days later, housekeepers go to clean his room. And they find 2 strangers in his room. A man and a woman. But it's not the travel nurse, obviously. And it's not the woman that he was with at the convenience store, neither.
So a whole new woman.
Yep. Just 2 folks. And the housekeeper's like, who the fuck are you? And they're like, oh, gotta go. And they leave.
I mean, I would, at that moment, I'd be like, I ain't supposed to be there. Oh, look at my briskin. Time for me to go.
Look at that. It's a hair patch of freckle. Time to go. And that's it. That's where it ends. So, Jennifer, elements, Alaskan Triangle, possible killer out there.
I think that would be the most likely one would be a killer.
I agree. I agree.
The fact that it took me a second though, like, is it aliens? Is it the secret? What do they call it? Men in Black?
Is it?
No. Definitely murder. Definitely. Well, maybe.
And I'm like, well, it's definitely a missing person who was never found. Strange occurrence. But I feel like the fact that we're just like, Alaska Triangle. And that's where it ends. Like, no investigation. Did we maybe do a drive-by?
It sounds
Take a look around.
like somebody's got something to do with this, and it starts with a P and ends with a O lease.
So that one, I'm a little on the fence whether it's the triangle.
Or murder. I don't know which is more likely.
I don't either. So our next missing person, like I said, I just grabbed a few snippets of ones. There's plenty more. Is Frank Menino, 69, who family believe he may have just got lost in the woods. Although he was said to be a mentor on hunting, sustainable living, and respecting the land. He went out and he was never seen again. Now him, I'm a little bit more like, maybe you did just get lost out there, but the fact that you mentored and taught people about sustainable living on the land, respecting the land, and hunting and all that, I feel like you would be the last person to get lost in the woods. Me, in a second.
Oh, absolutely.
Take me more than a quarter of a mile.
I'd be
won't
breaking
find my way
down,
home.
crying, eating every little bit of food and drinking all the water I have left. Jimmy's going to be in the parking lot going, Jen, what the fuck are you doing?
100% same right here. Yeah. 100%. I would already eat the poisonous berries within 15 minutes
Listen,
because I thought they were okay berries, but
let
they
me
weren't.
tell you, one time with my ex-husband, we went hiking in the Georgia mountains to go look for a waterfall. And we went down and down, there's a waterfall, and then you go further and there's another waterfall. But then I think about that fucking trek back up that motherfucker. And it was at like 5 o'clock. And in the mountains, the sun sets a lot faster. And it was wintertime, so of course it's going to set at like 6 o'clock. So
Yeah.
Already the sun's starting to set. We're the only motherfuckers out on that trail. I'm dying because I'm fat and trying to get up this bitch. And then we start hear rustling in the background. And I'm like, this is it. It's how I'm going to die. A fucking bear is going to eat my fat ass. They probably think I am a snack. Baby, I'm a whole meal.
Yes, that would be me. See, I probably wouldn't even be able to find my way back up. I'd be like, where do we take a left? Did we take a right?
I was like, we live here now if I don't get murdered by this bird. Like, this bird's going to come up and shank me.
This is our home now. I am now a woman in the wild.
Do you eat rocks or what? What do you do with them?
100%. But I feel like this man, that wouldn't so much be the case with him.
No.
But again, Alaskan Triangle. Our next missing person again, Jennifer. Give me your opinion.
Oh, I will.
Shanna O'Man, who went to visit a friend in Fairbanks on June 3rd, 2019. After 6 days, her roommate called police. Like, she ain't gonna back yet. Her phone had pinged on a tower on June 4th, so the next day, and she was never seen or heard from again. They used a police dog and a helicopter with no avail. Alaskan Triangle. Or
that bitch got Ted Bundy'd.
she got, right?
She got.
Okay, thank you. So why I'm
First
feeling
off,
like,
why this fucking roommate taking so long to fucking report this shit?
so in the article where I got a lot of these, it was unclear in this particular story when she was supposed to return back. So was she supposed to return back like a day before that? So although it was 6 days, she was supposed to be gone for 5. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You know, hold up. I was just in there going, if she did die, she did miss the pandemic. Then I had another fucking terrifying thought. How many people have went missing during the pandemic that we didn't know went missing because they were already a reclusive person? Like,
true.
We have no clue how long they've been gone. Maybe we just thought they left there. Holy shit.
Investigation at its finest right there, Jen. That's why you're the armchair detective that you are.
This baby right here, we've solved a lot of cases. By a lot, I mean not a single fucking one.
Oh, God. That was hilarious. Your motions and everything. Nailed it. All right. Next is Jay Hamblin, a 20-year-old mom who went out to dinner with her roommate on the night of October 11th, 2014. So her and the roommate came back home, but Miss Hamlin decided she was going to go back out again on her own out to the bar, wherever the fuck she was going. The next morning, the roommate found that her bed hadn't been slept in and that her car was still in the driveway. So she's like, what the hell is she? Her purse was found buried in the snow 5 months later. She hasn't been seen since the night she disappeared. Again, elements, Alaskan Triangle, or unknown serial murder in Alaska that's been running the streets under the skies of the Alaskan Triangle.
You forgot another option.
Oh, what?
Bigfoot.
Shit. Option 4, Bigfoot.
So my bets is 50-50. Serial killer or Bigfoot.
I'm going to have to agree.
Because serial killers and big feet do not need... What's the plural for Bigfoot? Big feets? Bigfoots? Neither of them are going to... Don't need your money. They're not... That's not what they're there for.
It's not.
So you're either going to get murdered or you're going to become Bigfoot's wife.
One of the two. Either one usually entails unconsensual sex.
I fucking love us so much. Oh, we're so fucking funny. I hope you guys think so too.
So again, the real question are these cases of getting lost in the elements, the triangle itself, or perhaps an evil person who just eludes authorities? It's really, I want to hear y'all's thoughts.
You tell us. No shame here.
Mm-mm.
If you think it's the triangle, hey, I get it. I'm over here talking about Bigfoot conspiracies. I don't throw stones in glass houses.
I'm not here to judge anybody.
No.
Because, honey, have you heard me talk? All the judgment could come my way. That's why I don't give any out.
Oh, yes.
There are many people that support the idea of energy vortexes within the triangle. Jennifer, are you familiar with energy vortexes?
It's going to be a no.
Well, good. I'm here to teach you.
Yes!
I'm here to educate you. I don't see a pencil or paper, but I'll send you the notes if you need them, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will review. Will there be a Scantron involved? Are we getting tested on this?
No. It'll be a verbal quiz.
Okay.
So you don't need a Scantron.
Shit.
Okay. Just
Jimmy, write this down because I'm going to cheat off of you.
He's got the recording. He can just play back and find the answers. You're screwed.
As always.
So energy vortex, and I actually find this very interesting. And the more that I fucking look into cryptids and mysteries and unsolved, the more I fall into these fucking tinfoil wearing, aluminum, tinfoil hat wearing conspiracies that I'm starting to believe. But whatever. Judge me if you want.
Have you been buying tinfoil in bulk?
It's none of your business.
Becky, we already have tinfoil. Why is there a charge of $500 at Costco per tinfoil? I'm no longer Becky. I'm a robot. No aliens here, baby.
Energy vortexes are thought to be swirling centers of energy concentrated in specific places where the energy crackles most intensely. The energy radiates in a spiraling cone shape, clockwise or counterclockwise, creating either positive or negative effects. They are thought to affect humans in various physical, mental, or emotional ways. The most prominent energy vortexes are the Sedona vortex, Mount Shasta, and the Montana vortex. The most sacred sites of vortexes are the Great Pyramid in Egypt, Stonehenge, and Ayers Rock in Australia.
Really?
Those are all energy vortexes. Which, see, look, I see you slowly turning to the dark side with me.
I'm right there with you.
I feel it. You're coming over.
I was not trying to judge because I have as much foil as you do. And if I know anything about foil, it's like crazy people love it.
The most common understanding of a vortex is perhaps a sort of node, a place on Earth where the energy enters the planet or it is emitted. But a crucial part is also the idea that it is sort of a door between different dimensions. I know I'm sounding crazier, but bear with me.
Look who you're talking to. Come on now. I'm just going to go with it. I am highly suggestible. You could put a McDonald's commercial in front of me and I'm like, you know what? I did need surprise.
Positive vortexes swirl upward in a clockwise motion, creating an enhancing flow of energy.
It's like the best example of me being easily suggestible is the kitchen at Eastern State Penitentiary. And how I didn't realize how fucking dangerous it was until months later when you told me.
Exactly.
I am highly into suggestion.
Now that you brought me back to the moment, you're right. One day you will be in a cult.
I
Mark
am,
my words.
and I'm not leading it.
Your positive energy vortexes, again, they go in a clockwise motion. They're said to be conducive to healing, meditation, creativity, and self-exploration. What my cult's going to be all about.
Yeah, I like some self-exploration.
So people
My
actively...
self-exploration usually involves a bottle of wine.
I didn't say what kind. Whatever kind is your self-exploration, Jennifer. People actively search these places out, as you do with a bottle of wine, to feel inspired, recharged, or uplifted.
My God, that's exactly what wine does for me.
Told you. Colt, you just don't know it's mine. Alternatively, stop. Negative vortexes spiral downward, like to hell, in a counterclockwise fashion, like a whirlpool, if you will, that sucks in boats and shit. Negative energy.
I don't know why I didn't suck my ass up then.
And they create a draining or depleting energy, and they deplete the positive energies in the vicinity. And
so like children?
Yes, exactly. There's 2 negative vortexes right downstairs below us. Humans.
They're the brains behind the podcast.
So they think. In humans, they're believed to cause health problems, including depression, nightmares, disorientation, confusion, and both visual and audio hallucinations. So kind of like schizophrenia, if you will. They are also said to cause electrical instruments to malfunction. Some places that are said to be filled with negative vortexes are the Bermuda Triangle, Japan's Devil's Sea, which I had never heard of.
Okay, now I need to research that shit.
Right? And Easter Island.
Oh, yeah, Easter. Well, I didn't know that was going to be a negative. I thought that was like a nice place.
I don't think so. If I remember correctly, there's some bad shit that happened there.
What?
Do you know?
All I know is that there still a bunch that are covered, and that many of the heads are halfway covered up from like the neck down, so they're like whole monuments and stuff. But I don't know anything else besides that about Easter Island.
You better go up in that negative vortex.
No, I just
get everything drained out of you. I saved you.
Thank you.
I saved you.
Thank you. Somebody has to. Shit.
Right?
I'm just walking.
I wasn't there at East
Jimmy
State
wasn't
Penitentiary.
fucking helping me.
He wasn't.
He was going along. We both
your
get
hand
murdered.
into death.
We in this together, baby. Becky be like, you ain't looking shit.
Whoa. Where's your boss? Because I need to know if he knows you're doing these free tours for selected people in a locked cage.
If it involves going up a ladder, up some stairs, like that, I would have been dead. I've been like, you know what? Hold on. Let me just go ahead. Start on this side. Just fuck me up. I don't care. Kill me now. Make it quick.
Not death by 1,000 cuts, please. I'm not about that life. The native Tlingit, which it starts with the T, so I don't know. And then Shinshian.
Tlingit Shimshiam.
Peoples have their own explanation for the disappearance. The Kushtaka is a shape-shifting cryptid that stalks Alaska's wilderness looking for human prey. While often compared to the mythology of Bigfoot, Jennifer's man, the Kushtaka seems to operate in a much more sinister manner. According to lore...
So he's like a bad boy. I know, I'm the worst.
Yes, exactly. He's Bigfoot's younger, badder brother.
Oh, yeah. I like those bad boys.
Yeah, Jimmy's such a bad boy.
Jimmy, who won't even claim single on his fucking W-4 for withholding. Because it's a lie.
Him and JJ, twins. Swear to God. Oh, God. The bad boy. According to lore, the otter-like creatures disguise themselves as a trusted relative or friend, and appear to those who are lost or injured. So you're like, fell down the mountain, your ankle's twisted, and all of a sudden Jimmy shows up out of nowhere to take you home to safety. And you're like, oh, psych. It's Bigfoot's younger, badder brother. They lead their victims deeper into the wild.
Of course. Deeper.
And then they ultimately tear them apart or turn them into another Kushtaka. The legend is especially popular in southeastern Alaska. Electronic readings in Alaska have found large concentrations of magnetic anomalies, some of which have disrupted compasses to the point that they are as much as 30 degrees off.
Oh, that'd really fuck up your day.
That's how you get led, and then the Kushtasha finds you, and then he leads you deeper, and then it's all a fucking wrap.
He can lead you deeper in more than one way.
Oh, you right about that. In addition, some search and rescue workers have reported having audio hallucinations, disorientation, and lightheadedness.
Oh, shit, that's every day.
Every day, especially if you get me hiking in a mountain. I'm really going to have that.
And I'm sure that shit is a higher elevation than what we're at now, so we definitely going to be
definitely going to be shoulder breath, too. Which then I'm going to lead to hypoxia, which then is low oxygen concentrations, which leads to disorientation,
like an old lady.
hallucinations.
See an old lady with a wheelchair. Watch out, bitch! I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first.
100% accurate. Despite the warnings from authorities regarding weather, wildlife, and environmental conditions, hundreds of tourists visit Alaska to see the unspoiled land, many of whom are
I'll
unprepared.
tell you what tourists ain't about to. Not these right here in this room. Not today.
Yes. Many of whom are unprepared for the natural elements. Some of these people probably do become lost in the middle of nowhere, resulting in numerous search and rescue operations performed each year. It's kind of like when I lived in Florida and they put the red flag up out at the beach. Red flag is a red flag, but I know that a lot of people don't see red flags, like Jennifer when she was at East State Penitentiary and the man wanted to take her on a tour, but I digress. And these people that come out of town, I get it. You spend a lot of money to come to Florida. You want to go swim in the water, but here's the key, important key, I feel, in visiting any place that you're not familiar with. If the locals don't do it, then you don't need to fucking do it. So if you go to the beach and ain't nobody in that water, don't get in the water. There's a reason the locals aren't there. Because locals, especially in Florida, will fuck around with a Category 3, a Category 4 hurricane.
Oh my God, I was talking to someone about it the other day. My friend from California. She's, I was like, now that she's on the East Coast, I'm like, you're not going to get hit directly with a hurricane, but you'll get the fallout and stuff. And she was like, oh my God, that's frightening. I'm like, oh, we don't worry until it gets to about a 4.
Exactly. That's when I'm like, ooh, all right, people are like, all right, we should probably board up windows and stuff and start getting serious.
It turns from a party into panic.
Yes. So like I said, if locals are doing something, you kind of need to follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
What's the worst? You just following along with the crowd and everybody's like, oh, okay. Ha, 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 ha.
So I feel like when you go to Alaska, if you're like, oh, I'm going to go hiking down this trail, and locals are like, ooh, you really need to not go.
How many horror movies have we seen where these young kids stop at a gas station before their final destination and the guy's like, y'all don't look like you're from around here. And then they warns you and you're like, ha, old man. And then everybody fucking dies.
Because guess what? They fucked around and they found out.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct, Jennifer.
Preach.
That's correct. Amen. But that, however, regardless of the wilderness, regardless of the people not going when they shouldn't be going, that doesn't explain why there are more disappearances in the Alaskan Triangle than anywhere else in the state, and why it is double that of the rest of the United States. Whether the mystery of the Alaskan Triangle are results of nature, energy vortexes, ancient evil spirits, Kushtara, a serial killer that nobody knows about and they're turning a blind eye to. I don't know. But it's certainly still alarming, interesting, and fascinating. And that, my friends, is the story of the Alaskan Triangle.
Well said.
Thank you.
I have a whole new anxiety to have.
That's what I live here to do.
Next time Jimmy talks about any kind of thing having to do with Alaska, what you trying to do, sir? I told you what would happen if I go in the woods. Just a foot. That's all it takes. I'll be twisting my ankle. I'll be falling right into Bigfoot's arms, and then you'll never see my ass again. Plus, he's hairy. I'll never have to shave my legs again.
Exactly. He'll like him. I can't say that going and seeing the Northern Lights is not a bucket list thing for me, because it is. I really want to see the Northern Lights in Alaska. But any state that has those lights only above that state tells you already there's something not right with the...
You got these spooky ghost lights up in here and shit.
For real, for real.
Northern Lights or Alaskan Triangle.
To be discussed on the next episode. JK.
Well, you guys, thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow us and like us on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, all that. Then definitely, if you have your own stories or any stories you want us to cover, shoot us a DM. Fall in there. Let us know.
All up in it.
We do have merch if you feel like repping. We're starting a small gang, and you could be a part of it.
Gang, cult, whatever your genre is.
We don't have flavor aids, so don't worry.
Mm-mm. And we don't kill people.
No, we don't.
Mm-mm.
Wink, wink. Anyways, if you are on any platform that you listen to, please don't forget to rate and subscribe. That really does help us out. If you do nothing else, do me that solid. Go on every platform. Rate and subscribe.
Just 5-10 minutes out of your day. Show some love.
And just know
we love you.
And just know that we do. We do love you.
We do.
We would never take you to the Alaska Triangle.
Speak for yourself.
No!
I'm doing a field trip. Anybody want to come? Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
we
go find
see
us
some
a
Northern Lights.
Kushtaka.
Kushtaka.
I'm going to get him on camera like that. Skinwalker or whatever.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
In Amarillo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's too close to home.
No, I'm about that. No,
No,
that's
no,
not
dog.
close enough to home. Get a little closer so I can get a better angle and it's not so grainy. Bring it close enough to home.
I don't need it to be pixelated. I don't need it to be like a Razor phone. You remember those from the early aughts? Yeah.
No, he wasn't close enough to home.
Not close enough. Well, until next time.
Stay safe.
Keep your head on a swivel.
And don't bring it too close to home.
Or the Alaskan Triangle.
That too.
I wouldn't fly in shit over that thing.
Nope, not doing it.
It's going to be a no for me.
I'll just be in the water around the land because nothing appears to happen in the water there.
Okay, well, we would be the person that would find it. By we, I mean me. If you guys know of any cool dark alleys that you would want to meet me in or anything, just let me know.
She'll fall for it.
Every time, just tell me it's free.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Tell her she's special when you pick just her.
Oh, gosh, you guys.
Throwing a few gummy bears. Got her. Puppy dogs. Bam.
Oh, my God. 0 bars. Damn it,
Toys.
son.
Van
State Trooper.
says
Bigfoot.
free candy. Trust me.
Trust me.
All yours. Come by. She lives in Dickinson.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode of Too Close to Home, don't forget to rate and subscribe to us on most platforms. Follow us on our social media at Too Close Home Pod on Facebook, at Too Close Podcast on Instagram, or if you have your own Too Close to Home experience, shoot us your story at tooclosetohome@yahoo.com. Thanks for listening.